Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Alien Shooter. So we have pretty much done everything in Alien Shooter now except for the survival mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 rounds in total of survival mode. I might put 2 in this episode and then do 1 more episode with the last round, because it's survival mode. Sometimes you last longer than other times and things like that. So let's not delay and let's get straight started into this. Now survival mode starts off pretty damn slow, I'll be honest with you. It does start off kind of slow. You just get a couple of these guys coming at you, and then all of a sudden things sort of start to pick up, and then before you know it you've got more enemies on the screen than you can fucking handle. And it gets pretty damn chaotic. That's no exaggeration. Man, where are they all? Okay. As I said, it does start off really, really slowly, but it gets better and better, and then it gets a little bit too much. Frame rate's a little bit weird, I don't know why. Could be because I have maybe my internet browser open in the background or something like that, I don't know. But anyway, so the key to really surviving here as long as possible is to try and, it helps when you know the strengths and weaknesses of all the weapons as well. Different weapons will help you out, if you know when to use them. Now this guy's a pain in the ass because all you have is your double pistol, and he's quite tough. It takes a little bit to take down. All you gotta do is just keep circling him. It does kind of help, as I said, like if you know the strengths and weaknesses of each of the weapons. Now I don't have a lot of ammo on that, so I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to wait until I have a bit more. No, here comes the yellow ankle biters. And the red ones. There's a bit of ammunition. Not an awful lot here so far. Still got full armor, so I don't need that. Come on. Well, there's a bit of shotgun as well, again. Survival mode is actually a hell of a lot of fun. I'm not usually one for survival modes in games. I generally find them quite, boring and tedious. But when it comes to Alien Shooter, I've had quite a lot of fun with it over the years, because it's just that frantic, and the more you do play, the actual better you get at it. It's just, it's very, you improve as you go along. In a way, if you do play enough of survival in Alien Shooter, it actually gets you ready for Alien Shooter 2, because if you go and play Alien Shooter 2 on Impossible, it's really fucking hard, and it kind of gets you ready if you're looking to go up to that next level, because Impossible it is really, really hard. The enemies have a shitload of health, and they do a lot of damage to you as well, and it really fucking hurts. So yeah, like, playing a good bit of survival really gets you kind of prepared for the survival, or sorry, for Impossible mode in Alien Shooter 2, if you were going to play Alien Shooter 2. But okay, I may bring out the minigun here. Things are getting a little bit too hairy for my liking. Now is when the chaos begins, and this is where the fun truly starts. Now, as I said, there is no end. There is no end to this. This just gets more and more chaotic. You just keep going. You don't change area or map or anything. You just keep going until you die, and that's it. There is no end to this. The whole objective of this is just to get as many points as you can, as high of a score as you can, and things like that. Now there is that power up that you can get that just basically freezes anything within the radius, which is quite handy. Can get you out of some really sticky situations, especially later on as you go along. Probably the more problematic things are the spider things, where they put the acid on the ground, spit the acid onto the ground, because like, you know, you can get yourself backed into a corner very easily, and you can't get out of it. You just you have no choice but to battle your way through it, and you end up stepping on it and it hurts as well. But it's so much fun, like, you know. Like, I'd ramp up the music here, but because it's like the music goes really, really well with survival mode, but it would probably overpower my voice a little bit too much, which is something I don't want. I already made that mistake for the entire Van Helsing Let's Play. But it doesn't seem like, you know, people still seem relatively happy with it, despite the fact that I might have drowned out my voice a little bit too much in it. But nuke! Oh shit, I didn't want to pick that up yet. Right, okay, so now we got the rocket launcher. We're going to save that for a minute. Again, until I really need it. What have we got coming? Oh, this fucker. No, I'll go with this. The rocket launcher is good, but it's only really effective against big, large groups of small enemies. That's where it's most effective. The same with this. This is just a more sort of powerful version of the rocket launcher. Really, that's all it is. It's good against big groups of small enemies, like what's coming in at me here now. But it's not very effective against single big enemies in any shape or form. You'll find yourself just shooting all day at them. You really, for some of the bigger ones, you'd need the likes of the Magna minigun or the flamethrower for some of the bigger ones. Like the flamethrower, it might be the second strongest gun in the game, but like, you know, its range is very, very limited. But at the same time, it is an extremely effective weapon, to say the least. It works. It does the job. It gets the job done extremely effectively too, might I add. It's pretty damn good. It can get you out of some serious situations, especially when you're facing off against some really big, like multiple really big enemies, because the flamethrower can sort of torch them all at once, as long as they're within the actual fire's radius. Whilst the actual Magma minigun can't. The Magma minigun will only hit the one target that it's aimed at, whilst the flamethrower will basically take out anything that's within its arc, and it's actually very, very effective in many shapes or forms. It was kind of, in a sense, I was very lucky killing the actual boss in the expansion experiment, because it was, oh shit, I'm gonna die. It was there we go. Not one of my greatest attempts. I was pretty lucky. Right, we're going for round 2. I was pretty lucky with the boss, because I wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for the fact that I found that little kind of glitch where they couldn't get me when I was cuddled up to the wall. It's just, I just got lucky. It's as simple as that. It was a really close call. And I apologise again for the lack of sound volume in that, because as I said, I had the wrong headphones on at the time, and it didn't actually record the sound. That was my mistake. I was just doing it in, you know, I had a couple of minutes to kill off, so I said, I'll give it another shot and I'll record it, and if I do it, I do it, and then I'll just sort of edit it in. And sure enough, I actually did it on the first go. And it was here that I kind of got the idea, well, let's give the flamethrower a shot, because of the fact that everything gets into its arc, and it damages everything within its arc. So I kind of just said, yeah, fuck it, we'll try the flamethrower out. Sure enough, it didn't do as much damage to the boss in such a short period of time as the magma minigun would have, but sure as hell gave me a hand against his minions. It really diminished their numbers quite a bit. So it was tough. It was tough, and I did get lucky. But if you are stuck on that boss, I suggest maybe trying out that part where I got myself wedged in the wall, and to the point that I think it was mainly because the big guy was there, the big boss was actually there, and he was in front of me, and because of it, the others couldn't get kind of close enough to me to actually hit me. I think that's what happened. Like, the only one that could have done damage to me was him if he bothered actually firing. But from what I could tell, he doesn't generally fire that much when you're right up close to him. It's only when you're at some sort of distance from him that he actually opens fire on you. So he couldn't really do an awful lot of damage to me either, because it probably would have damaged him or whatever. So yeah, give it a shot if you do get stuck on that boss, because it is tough. But I think there's a slight little glitch there that allows you to actually not get damaged. And the only problem is if he walks away from you when you're in that position, the others can then come in and start attacking you. So you got to be kind of careful of that as well. And if it's a case that he does that, you have to get him to move back into you again before it'll work. 'Cause from what I can tell, it only actually works with when he is up close to you. Otherwise the others have enough room to actually get in. It's just because he's so big and they can't get behind you because of the wall, and they can only sort of semi get you at the sides, that they can't actually get you properly. So I think that's kind of how it works. He's just so big, he takes up too much of the room, and then you have the wall as well, and it just doesn't give you enough. It just doesn't give the others enough room to actually hit you. So I think that's basically what has been happening with that one. So yeah, keep an eye out on that one. It's worth a shot if you're having difficulty beating him. Like on easy or medium, I doubt it'll be that difficult to actually kill the final boss. I'd say it'll be easy enough. But on hard, he is a bastard to kill, because all the enemies are tougher, they have more health, they do more damage to you and everything, and that includes the boss. Like, he'd have more health, he'd be dishing out a lot more damage at you and things like that. So, you know, do keep that in mind when you're playing on hard. But I mean, like, it has been hard. The expansions have been hard. On the hard difficulty, they have genuinely been hard, unlike the original. I think the original, you know, it's the fact that you got 10 levels in the original, whilst you've only got 5 in the expansions. It kind of makes things a little bit harder because you don't have as much time to gather up money and equipment and things like that. Like going into the last level, I had a choice of, especially in experiment, I had a choice of either buying the magma minigun, or I had to either buy that, or it was a case of, you know, basically maxing my character out with implants and getting all the equipment, etc., etc. And like, you know, I kind of figured, like, I made the mistake once, I think, that I didn't actually do it and I actually went and bought the magma minigun. But after that, once I knew that there was an actual gun there to pick up, a magma minigun to pick up, I literally just went on and I just maxed out my character and bought as many lives as I could, just filled out the ammunition and just went for the slaughter, and it worked quite effectively. Okay, what have we got? Any more? A few stragglers still around. I actually think that maybe the final boss will be slightly easier with the female character as well. The reason being is that her accuracy is higher, her speed and accuracy is higher than the male characters. So with her having higher accuracy, it would she'd dish out a bit more damage than he would. So it would help against the likes of the final boss and that. So yeah, maybe it will be a slightly bit easier with the female character. I'm not 100% sure. It is a guess, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. It will be slightly easier with her if you were to actually attempt to do it with her. It would be slightly easier than the male character. You gotta love the out freeze ray. It does help an awful lot. Now, when you're in survival mode, you really want to get yourself some speed implants as quick as possible, because the speed implants help you when it comes to running around. It allows you to get out of the way of things quicker. The enemies will break up themselves over time. The ice will just sort of melt and break. So I don't have to worry about taking out a minigun or the shotgun or whatever to break them up or anything. And if anything, it actually goes in my favour, because it sort of slows down other enemies as well, because they have to make their way through them. So the freeze ray is actually very, very handy in survival. Again, it's just a random drop, like the grenade launcher is, and as far as I know the rocket launcher is the same. It's just a random drop. You can't actually, you don't get for killing a certain monster or anything like that. Now the gun guys are starting to come in. Now things are starting to get a bit different, a little bit more difficult. Once you start getting these gun guys in, that's when stuff starts to get tough, because this gun is not great against them at all. It's only effective against those that aren't armoured in any shape or form. That's kind of where this comes in. Plasma rifle. I'm really not as good as I used to be at survival mode. I used to be really, really good at it when I was younger. Lack of practice has kind of made me really, really bad at this. I had one lucky run, as you can tell from my scores. I had one run where I got 300 and something K. I think the best I've ever gotten was about 500 million, half a million. I think that's the best I've ever done in it when it comes to scores in this. Okay, he's dropped the flamethrower. That is brilliant. It's going to make my life a lot easier. But I have a feeling it's now that the big ones with the guns on their back start coming into it. But it's okay. The only problem with this gun is that it runs out of ammunition pretty fucking quick if you can't find any. So that's my only problem with it, so I might just change back to this for a minute. Okay, we've got a drone now. That makes life a tad bit easier as well. Okay, we got a medic hit. That makes life super. I have a chance to go a good run with this now, as long as I don't go making any mistakes. Yeah, okay, I may bring the flamethrower out again. Things are getting a little bit too chaotic for my liking. All we need now is really the Magnum minigun and we're sorted. Oh, excellent, I got an invulnerability. That works wonders for me. It's those guys with the homing missiles. Those are the bastards. Those are the tough ones. The ones you gotta watch out for. They are the ones that make life extremely hard for you, because it's quite hard to get away from them. Now we've got the problem that I've run out of flamethrower fuel. Actual fuel. Flamethrower. So that's going to make life even harder for me. Okay, we have a chance to go deep into this one, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to do it. Now if I can get some health and another set of red armor, I think we might just about be able to hang this one out a little bit longer. But my armor is nearly broken now. It is broken. So that's going to make life a little bit more difficult. Okay, there doesn't seem to be as many of them as there was. There's a nice flamethrower sitting right in the fucking middle, but I can't get it. Now, I need to get in there somehow, because there is a freezer power up in there. And a bomb. There we go. Now we're sucking diesel. Now this guy should drop the Magma minigun. I'm just going to bring a flamethrower out for him. These guys don't hang about. Now we're sucking diesel. And I've got a nice bit of ammo in this too. Right. Once you get the Magma minigun, you have a super chance of going deep into survival. And especially now that I've got a medikit to back me up as well. But things are just going to start getting extremely fucking crazy now in a minute. Like, I mean, really, really fucking crazy. The sheer numbers are just increasing all the time, and it's just getting harder and harder to actually keep an open space for myself to actually retreat to. Because they literally come out of every corner of the map. They don't, you know, it's just not certain points they can come out of any of the side of the map at all. There is no actual point that they can't actually come out. So it's difficult. It is difficult. Oh shit! I'm literally just going with this. Right, there's a mega health in there. I got some more. Really, right now, I'd want red armor, because the red armor is the strongest. It's got the longest durability as well. It holds back more damage than the yellow does as well. But even the yellow armor, it'll do me for now until I can find something better. Now I can really start doing with some ammunition for this gun, to be honest. It's down to just over 1,000 left on it. My speed is upgraded to max as well. I've just found an invulnerability, which makes life a little bit easier as well. Oh, we got some more ammo. Wow, this is getting fucking sick. This is getting sick. Now the red guys are coming in. And now I'm in trouble. This is where shit starts to get fucking crazy. Survival requires a lot. It does require a bit of luck as well. I'll be honest when I say that. It does. It's not entirely down to pure and utter skill, because the reason I say that is because, you know, you get lucky sometimes with the random drops and things like that. Like, you know, you could get better drops in some of them than others, and drops that kind of help you out. You know, like the power-ups such as the bomb or the freezing or anything like that. You know, you can get a bit luckier sometimes than others. And things are starting to calm down again before the next fucking mad one. Right, okay. Let's just take some of these guys out. I could really do with some red armor, but there's nothing that I can do about it. Okay, this one's lasting pretty well. I'm up to 300 odd K now. I can't see the exact digit because of the frame rate. The exact number, but about 350 thereabouts, I think. Now you guys will be able to see it. I can't though, because of the video of Bandicam's recording frame rate. Right, so we're over 400k now. Anyway, I'm going pretty deep into this, which is kind of what I wanted. This could be my best one yet on this computer. Because as I got this years and years ago, and you know, I hadn't. Well, no, I didn't get a new computer. I just, you know, I had to wipe my computer. You know, as all computers have to have. You know, every couple of years. You know, about every year to a year and a half, you should give your computer a good old wipe. You know, just start it off from scratch again, because Doesn't matter how many virus guards and spyware guards you have, you're never going to get rid of everything off of it. But anyway, I'm going off the topic here. But yeah, I since then, and putting this one on, this has probably been my best run. And I'm pretty sure it is. Right, there goes the medikit now. I could really do with getting some armour, but it's not looking too good. There's an invulnerability here though. Right, I'm going to save this whilst the invulnerability is on. Some armour. Jesus Christ. Get back out. Right, minigun. Ah shit, I didn't want to pick up the green armour, but not to worry, there's nothing I can do about that now. It's unfortunate, the green armour, it only has 100 durability and it doesn't fend off as much damage. Jesus Christ. It's getting that chaotic now, it's hard for me to even fucking commentate. Oh my god. This is fucking nuts. I will take you all with me. Ah, Jesus Christ. I am the Dominator. Yeah. Jesus Christ. This is absolutely fucking insane. I had forgotten just how crazy this actually gets. I had actually forgotten it. This is insane. It is insane, yet so much fun at the same time. Ah. Yep, 500,000. Now that wasn't a bad run. That was my best run yet since I've reinstalled Alien Shooter. Yeah, that was pretty damn good actually. That was a damn good run. Right, I'm going to leave it here for this part, guys, because I'm probably running a little bit close to half an hour now, maybe. So, we're going to do one more round of survival, which I'm going to do in the next part, and then we are done with Alien Shooter altogether. I will be doing Alien Shooter 2 and probably Zombie Shooter 2 at some stage as well. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that now. I'll leave all that to the next and final part for Alien Shooter before we finally say our goodbyes to it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Thank you, and have fun.